and she is from right here in Portland, Oregon. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Honey Hayward, everybody!
Thank you so much. Portland! What's up, Portland? Yeah! That's my impression of all the out-of-town comics from last year. All of them. Portland, what's up? What's with all the hippies, Portland? Your weed, it's so strong, so fucked up. Wow, you know? And I was like, don't try to buddy up to us with your, stereotypes you picked up on the plane, We are good people, It's rude. And now I'm an out-of-town comic, and I gotta say, there are a lot of hippies here. A lot. And maybe it's because, I got off the plane, it was just really crunchy vibe, immediately off the plane. And maybe part of it is because right when I got off the plane, my friends whisked me to the Steel Pulse reggae show. And I was like, okay, this is why I had a 5-minute set on white dreadlocks. I remember. Because in LA, I'm like, why did I ever do that? That was dumb. Why did I have a 5-minute set on white dreadlocks? But anyway, so, and in LA, I don't have any friends who live on a school bus or a teepee. And it's very boring, It's like they all just share studio apartments, which is just the sad part without the fun, So this is actually better. It takes kind of a while to kind of get settled into LA. There's a lot of people shooting for the dream, climbing to the top, and whatever. And so I did this show recently, and it was the biggest show I've had, and everyone on the bill, it was their credits were, the Ellen DeGeneres Show, Chelsea Lately, Comedy Central, and next to my name, the girl, she put YouTube. That's me, check me out. But I was mad because I was like, you could have let him know I also have my own email account. Check me out on Hotmail. Haven't quite figured out the Gmail thing yet, but that's next. I'm working on it. We'll get there. I've taken a lot of my very naive Portland ways with me down to the big city. For example, I walk around at night alone in sketchy neighborhoods all the time. Just like, hey, I'm from Portland. Anybody want to go for a bike ride? And what happens is it never occurs to me to buy pepper spray until I'm under the freeway with mysterious backpack man and his shopping cart buddies, which incidentally is where they should sell the pepper spray at the scene of the crime before the crime happens, which is a business I'm thinking of starting. I would be safe because I would have all of the pepper spray to use, multiple pepper spray. So anyway, inevitably what happens is that I get stuck at the light with these people when I'm walking, and I never know what is the protocol in this situation. Do I ignore them and pretend like I can't see them? They're not idiots, they know. Or do I try to strike up a little conversation, make friends, So, which is your favorite liquor store? Because I never know. It's Lucky 7 Market or John's Mart. I don't know. Not that you look like an alcoholic by any means or anything. You just smell like maybe you would know. But thankfully, I've realized that I have a stupidity limit. Thank God. And at that, I realized that when I actually considered going for a hike at night alone. And I'm sorry, but at that point you really would be just asking for it, If I went to a mountain at night and hiked it and I ran into an attacker, I would just have to be like, okay, my bad, I came to you. How should we do this? I would prefer that we didn't have sex. If you insist, can I ask that you wear a condom? Because I don't know if this is a regular thing you do or if you just freaked out today. I'm really happy. My feminist friend is here right now and she's laughing. I was a little nervous to tell that in front of her. It's my first rape joke. Thank you. I feel like I'm graduating in some way. LA's been good for me. like, I'm not surprised when I go to the Dollar Tree and there's crap there. You know, like, well, I was told you sell well-made pretty things. Call the police. That's not the same as rape at all. But I just really like that analogy. Shame on all of you.
On your chair? On your chair?
To do that. I saw this Mexican guy driving way up ahead of me the other day, and the entire interior of his car, it looked like it was covered in Confederate flags. And I was like, what a tacky way to show your ignorance, you know? A, and then B, who knew that Mexicans were down with the Confederate cause, you know? That was a new thing for me. And then as I got closer, I learned a very valuable lesson. From far away, the Confederate flag and the Puerto Rican flag, very similar. Very similar. So don't do what I did. And so I felt really bad because I've been staring and glaring and kind of judging. And so I pulled up next to him and I rolled down my window and I was like, I'm sorry, I thought you were a racist Mexican, but you're just a proud Puerto Rican. Good for you. Ricky Martin, woo! You know? And then that's when I learned that Puerto Ricans don't like to be called racist Mexicans. And not as much Ricky Martin pride as you might think. And sometimes I'm the ignorant one. So that was weird. When I'm not doing comedy, I work in a retirement home. You know, I mean, when you're starting out, you make a lot of money doing the comedy. But I like to have a lot going on. So I like to stay busy. So anyway, so I work in a retirement home, and it's great. I love the residents. There's this one woman, Lois, she asked me about my New Year's, and she said, what'd you do for New Year's, honey? Did you move and shake your body? And I was like, not like that. I should have just hung out with you. You know? And but it can be depressing too. Because everyone's dying, you know, and then also because you really start to see that white people really have gotten the short end of the stick when it comes to the whole aging process. I mean, they all just looked like at a certain point they just gave up and said, fuck it, you know, like my skin is very sun damaged, sweatpants, bedhead, diapers, I don't care, you know. But the black people look great. I mean, they all look a good 10, 20 years younger, and I'm always just so jealous. Just like, it's so not fair. Old black people have had all the luck. You really have your favorites, God. Thank you very much.
Good friend of mine, we came up together in the